Union City. I'd been away so long. Now I was back. The city looked different, beautiful, peaceful, happy. And nothing in this city was what it seemed.
Beyond a Steel Sky is the spiritual successor to the hit adventure game Beneath the Steel Sky. One of the most important things is that the game will appeal equally to people who've never played the original game or to people who are fans. And the way that we do this is we make sure that all the core elements that are important, all the vital lore, is brought through as part of the gameplay so that players experience it as they're solving puzzles, as they're driving the narrative forward. So it's very much aiming to appeal to both sets of gamers. In writing the game, what I wanted to do was give people what they wanted, but not in the way they expected. So obviously we want to bring back Foster and Joey as our core protagonists.
Foster? Is it really you?
Take them back to Union City, and with Union City, what we left it as was a dystopia that Foster had come into and defeated Link, which was the tyrannical computer system from the original game that controlled every aspect of people's lives, which resulted in a totalitarian state.
I hadn't seen one of these terminals in 10 years. Link, the evil behind everything that happened all those years ago.
For Beyond a Steel Sky, we come back 10 years later, and Link is long gone. And when we arrive back into Union City, there's this sense that it is a utopia. Union City is beautiful, everything's changed, people are happy. And the reason that they're happy is because a new, benign AI has created this utopia, which it believes is perfect for human beings. And of course, every utopia is never quite what it seems.
I do not care for legacy data. I'm part of the new, shinier Union City.
Union City is one of a small number of metropolises that has survived some sort of apocalyptic event that we don't actually ever describe. In the original game, one of the things that we designed was the idea that instead of the rich living at the top, actually the rich lived at the bottom because of the smog that rose up. So we have a sort of class system that is inverted. When Foster arrives at the top and he's in the working area and works his way down to the middle area, which is called Bellevue, and then finally onto the ground level, which is where everybody aspires to be. And in Beyond the Steel Sky, we very much carry this forward, except that droids have taken over the upper area and vagabonds and thieves, and then the super uber rich live on the bottom level. So it's this idea just of inverting the expectations that people would normally have.
That industrial pit up there hovers over me like a storm cloud. And this middle level is simply beneath me.
All Revolution games mix a dramatic story with humour through the dialogue.
Boy, seeing all this old tech takes me back.
Haha! Still the best, isn't it? I mean, reboots are fine, but they're never a patch on the original.
It emerges from character and from situation. So in Beyond a Steel Sky, as in Beneath a Steel Sky, you empathise with Foster, an outsider who comes into this world populated by people with crazy ideas. Now, to those people, those ideas aren't crazy, but seeing it from outside, it is. And that is what drives the humour.
Look, over here!
Dad, do you have to be so loud?
The arm! Isn't it amazing?
In an attempt to subtly portray the lore from the original story, we have two museums. The Museum of New History, which is the history that's been written specifically for these citizens, and then there is the Museum of Old History. And of course, the Museum of Old History is about the original game, and that is the lore that if people want to find out about, there's plenty to discover.
Spunky was a friend to all low-life citizens and a true symbol of Union City spirit until he was found drowned in a pond at the tender age of 7.
Hopefully people will realize that this was our opportunity to convey exposition because they could choose how much they engaged with and how much they didn't. And anything that we thought was vital that they did learn, we put into the gameplay.
An old barrel transporter robot. Those robots always gave me the creeps.
I'm really thrilled to be able to bring Beyond the Steel Sky to console, and I know the game will appeal both to new players as well as old fans.